Hey, how's it going, Fat fans? Firstly, welcome to Mindful Combat. If it's the first time you checked out my channel or any of my content, why don't you consider joining my growing fight community by hitting the subscribe button and then getting involved with the conversation in the comment section below. Secondly, I just want to say this is not going to be my best quality of video. The lighting's not great. Sorry about all of that. Basically, what happened is I recorded a video for this breakdown on Saturday. I've been going through my phone today, was going to start editing it, but then what's happened is it's vanished. I don't know what's happened. I must have either deleted it or done some dumb shit. It's irrelevant anyway. So I've come home from work now and I thought to myself, well, you know what? I'd rather get something up than nothing. So I'm sorry if the lighting is not the best. I'm sorry if, if the quality of the image, the audio is not the best, but I guess a learning progress, and like I said, I'd rather have something up than nothing. So my apologies for this video, guys. Anyways, so for this video, I'm going to be breaking down a fight that is going to have true implications in the heavyweight world title picture. It's going to be a collision between former heavyweight champion and heavyweight resurgent contender Junior Cigano dos Santos versus Derrick the Black Beast Lewis, who's just coming off his loss to Daniel Cormier in November. Now, before we get into looking at the fight, let's break down the fight by the tail of the tape, and we'll step by step we'll talk about the significance of each of these numbers. So Junior dos Santos is 35 years old, Derrick Lewis is 34 years old, so that's only 1 year between them, but I don't think that tells the story of who's more towards the tail end of their career. I think Junior dos Santos is a dude he's been around for a long time. We're talking 2008 when he first made a splash in the UFC's heavyweight division. He's been through some wars, like we're talking the two Cain Velasquez fights, the Stipe Miocic fight, Alistair Overeem, even the Black Ivanov fight. They were all tough fights, and you got to consider that he's taken more damage over the years than Derrick Lewis, who's got his fair share of losses and experience, but he hasn't taken sustained beatings in the fights. He's either been submitted or has been flash KO'd, so his body's in a lot of ways fresher than Junior dos Santos. Brings me on to the next point. Junior dos Santos' record coming into this fight is 20 wins and 5 losses. Derrick Lewis is 21 wins and 6 losses. So their records are practically, to quote Mike Goldberg, virtually identical. There's not much in the difference there, but I think obviously Junior dos Santos has been heavyweight world title champion. He's defended it. He's fought for the world title twice after losing it. So whereas Derrick Lewis has had 1 world title fight. So there's a bit of a discrepancy in terms of high profile experience. Junior dos Santos definitely takes that advantage there. The next stat for some reason surprised me. I don't know why, but it surprised me to know that Junior dos Santos at 6'4" is actually an inch taller than Derrick Lewis. I don't know why that's surprising. I don't know why it should be surprising. For some reason, it did surprise me. I don't know why. That's a bit weird. But anyway, that 1 inch height discrepancy is made up for by Derrick Lewis with his 2 inch reach advantage, with a 79 inch reach over Junior dos Santos' 77 inch reach. So that's something to consider. Their styles. So Junior dos Santos, he's what I would consider a polished boxer. Yes, he can wrestle. We took down Shane Carwin, and he's obviously demonstrated he can wrestle throughout the years. Yes, he can kick. Got that cartwheel kick KO of Mark Hunt, but he's a boxer. His skill set predominantly relies on his sharp and fast hands. Derrick Lewis, he also, he throws that front leg switch kick a lot. He throws some wild kicks, but he's also a striker, but I wouldn't consider him a boxer. I would consider him a brawler. And I think in that phrasing right there, there's a key difference in how I see this fight going, in the sense that both of their 2 main weapons is the same, but I would consider Junior dos Santos the more polished technician in that area. So that's something that is going to play a big role in this fight. Think about some of their key wins now. So for Junior dos Santos, you go all the way back to 2008, and we're talking Fabricio Werdum, we're talking Stefan Struve when he was a prospect, we're talking Mirko Krokop, that was a great win once upon a time, Gabriel Gonzaga when he was a contender, Roy Nelson when he had won the Ultimate Fighter and then followed that up with another knockout win over Stefan Struve in his respectively, and he was a contender. Shane Carwin when he was a scary man. With Cain Velasquez, he knocked him out in the debut on Fox. He knocked out Mark Hunt when Mark Hunt was on his run. He's taken out Stipe Miocic, Blagoy Ivanov more recently. Taito Iwasa, JDS has got some really exceptional resume. Derrick Lewis, for his key wins, you look at his most recent victory over Alexander Volkov, incredible come from behind victory. That's a good win. He's beaten Roy Nelson. That's a good win. He's beaten Gabriel Gonzaga as well. That's a good win. Shamil Abdurakhimov. That's a good win. He's got some good wins as well in his own right. So Marcin Tybura, who's still a ranked heavyweight now. So he's got some good wins in his own right. But I think Junior Dos Santos has vastly better wins than Derrick Lewis. Issues for Junior Dos Santos. The issue for me is clear. Is his chin going to hold up? Has he got wear and tear? With all these years and all these wars that he's been in, how's that going to impact his performance? And then for Derrick Lewis, the issue is going to be his he hasn't got the really the most well-rounded game, so it's his one-dimensional attack. And I've always felt like Derrick Lewis, despite him saying that he has the biggest heart in the game, I felt like when Derrick Lewis, and I know he's got some crazy come from behind wins, but when I look at fights like the Mark Hunt fight or the Travis Brown fight and stuff like that, I felt like I've seen moments of doubt in his eyes in the fight, and it makes me wonder, like, yes, he's always got that Hail Mary, he can always come from behind it. I'm not saying he gives up on himself, I'm saying it looked like at times he starts to doubt himself in some of these situations, some of these fights, so that's something to consider. The X factor for Junior Dos Santos is going to be his well-rounded game and his polished striking. For Derrick Lewis, the X factor's got to be his power. You can never count him out. The Alexander Volkov knockout taught me anything, is that Derrick Lewis can win any fight at any time, and the Travis Brown fight as well. So those are two fights. As for the fight itself, how do I see it going? I see this fight being settled on the feet. Derrick Lewis has shown he's got great ground and pound, but I don't think he's got the wrestling chops to get it down if he needs to. I'm not even convinced he's going to shoot for a takedown, and I think Junior Dos Santos is going to stay on the outside. I reckon he's going to be on the back foot a lot. He's going to be circling the cage, and I think he's going to be using his technically superior boxing to outbox Derrick Lewis and keep him at the end of his punches. I think we're going to see a 5-round dominant decision win for Junior Dos Santos. I think it's going to cruise to a decision or maybe get a late stoppage when Derrick Lewis is just worn out and beaten up. Obviously, I'm going to preface this and save myself the humiliation of being completely wrong and say Derrick Lewis can win the fight, and it wouldn't surprise me if he's far behind on the scorecards and lands a Hail Mary bang and knocks Junior Dos Santos out. Obviously, that's not what I'm anticipating what will happen. If that does happen, it wouldn't surprise me though, because that's just the nature of Derrick Lewis, right? It's a fun fight, but I'm going to official predicting Junior Dos Santos for the W by unanimous decision. So fight fans, please comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you guys think this fight's going to go, and let me know if the setup was just a bit annoying, and if in the future if a video gets deleted, I should just leave it be. It's funny because this is actually where I originally started recording all my videos, but then I started doing it in the office, and because the lighting's so much better there, so it feels kind of weird to come back here. Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh on myself, seeing as I've done a ton of videos in this very spot. Anyway, guys, let me know if you guys like the setup. Actually, let me know what you guys think. Please comment below, join in the conversation. If it's the first time you're here, please subscribe. Thank you guys, man.